Div kontonagion Pateron imon Kyrie Jesu Christe o Theos imon eleison imas. Amen. In this video, we're going to look at the Orthodox calculation of the date of Holy Pascha. We want to know what is the exact rule the Orthodox Church uses for calculating Pascha. The Orthodox Church has a very specific rule for how it determines the date of Holy Pascha. This ecclesiastical rule is holy tradition, meaning it's divinely inspired. This rule is something that God Himself, the Holy Spirit, has revealed to His ecclesia, the Holy Orthodox Church. Therefore, it cannot be altered by any man. The purpose of this video is to explain this rule. In later videos, we will use this rule to calculate the dates of Pascha for various years. It is essential that every Orthodox Christian today understand the ecclesiastical rule for how Pascha is calculated. Here are some writings from St. Maximus the Confessor relating to the church calendar and its liturgical cycles, and in particular concerning the computus, that is, the calculation of Pascha. We use the word computus broadly to refer to any rules, formulas, algorithms, etc. relating to the calculation of Pascha and relating to the dates which relate to Pascha, such as the Paschal moon. The Holy Scriptures command us, remove not the ancient boundaries which thy fathers have placed. The holy writings of the Church Fathers attest to, or give witness to, the Orthodox Church calendar and its liturgical cycles. Here are detailed diagrams from St. Maximus the Confessor's writings on the Orthodox Church calendar. The Holy Apostle Paul commands us to keep the traditions and to hold the traditions. The church calendar precisely repeats every 532 years. The reason the church calendar precisely repeats every 532 years is because the church calendar comprises of two liturgical cycles. There is the 28-year Orthodox Menaion cycle, and there is also the 19-year Paschal moon cycle. The product of these two numbers, 28 and 19, yield 532. Note the digits 532 correspond to how we make the Orthodox sign of the cross. That is, 5 fingers which we part, 3 fingers representing the 3 hypostases of the Holy Trinity, and 2 fingers representing the 2 natures, 2 wills of the hypostatic union. The collective witness of the Holy Church Fathers on the Orthodox Church calendar and its liturgical cycles include Saint Bede, Saint Maximus the Confessor, Saint Dionysius Exiguus, Saint Kyrillos of Alexandria, Saint Athanasius the Great, and the Fathers of the First Holy Ecumenical Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. Here is a page from Saint Bede's work on the Orthodox Church calendar. The blue rectangle shows the 19-year Paschal moon cycle. In this page, we can see part of the 95-year Paschal table composed by St. Kyrillos of Alexandria. The blue rectangle again shows the 19-year Paschal moon cycle. In later videos, we will return to the extensive patristic witness for the church calendar and its liturgical cycles. For now, let us consider the prophecies and stern warnings of the Holy Scriptures concerning the altering of Orthodox holy tradition. The prophet Daniel speaks of the Antichrist thus, that he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to alter times and laws. Time and matter are both sanctified in the Church because of the incarnation of the Lord. Therefore, the church calendar is to time what holy icons are to matter. Attacks against the church calendar and the Paschalion are therefore akin to the heresy of iconoclasm. The Lord Himself warns us against altering the laws of holy tradition. In Matthew 5:19 we read, Whosoever therefore shall loosen one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. Saint Theophylact, writing in the 12th century, explains that the least commandments are those which the Lord himself is about to give, not those of the law of Moses. The meaning of the words shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven means that such a person will be last in the resurrection, meaning that such a person will be cast into Gehenna, for he says that such a one shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. Far from it. By the mercy of God, the holy writings of the Church Fathers, including St. Dionysius Exiguus, writing in the 500s, St. Maximus the Confessor, writing in the 600s, and St. Bede, writing in the 700s, all of who give us precise mathematical descriptions of the Church calendar cycles, enable us to construct this very simple mechanism known as the Menaion Pascha Computus, which can calculate the Orthodox Menaion and Paschalion for any year without the need for calendars. Here is a template for the Menaion Pascha Computus. Here is a photograph of the Menaion Pascha Computus that was made by Orthodox laypeople. You can find the template and the instructions on the usage of the Menaion Pascha Computus on orthodoxpascha.org. Here are the steps involved in using the Menaion Pascha Computus. Why is the Orthodox calculation of the date of Holy Pascha so important? Pascha is the greatest feast of the Holy Orthodox Church. It is the great and holy Pascha of the Lord, meaning the Lord's suffering, death, and resurrection. Orthodox Christians everywhere must observe the Pascha of the Lord with oneness of mind, that is, the same date, brotherly love, that is, love for holy tradition and the Ecclesia, the Orthodox Church, and piety, the blessed fear of God. If we fear God and his blessed commandments, we will not alter the holy commandments, as Adam and Eve did in paradise. Remember, Adam and Eve lost paradise by altering the simple commandment concerning the rule of fasting. Right? So it ties into the liturgical calendar, because one of the things that the liturgical calendar has is the fasting rules for when we fast, when we don't fast. So anything that alters this, immediately you should think of how Adam and Eve fell from paradise by altering that single and simple commandment of the Lord. And the Lord himself tells us that we are not to alter a single iota of the law of the church, that is, holy tradition. Now, it is important to make a certain distinction between the liturgical dates and the scriptural dates. The scriptural dates are the dates of the historical events of the Holy Scriptures, that is, the date of their one-time occurrence, whereas the liturgical dates are when the church commemorates these events liturgically throughout the years. That is, the calculation of their cyclical repeated observation on the church calendar. In this video, we are covering the liturgical dates, and in particular, the rule for calculating Pascha. The precise determination of the scriptural dates, that is, the dates of their historical occurrence, requires very careful analysis of patristic tradition, and will be covered by other videos in this series. They are presented on the slide for reference. Notice that the Holy Orthodox Church has two dates for the spring equinox. There is the Roman date of March 25, which we use on the Orthodox Menaion. There is also the Alexandrian date of March 21 for the spring equinox, which we use on the Paschalion. It's one of the things that goes to show that the church calendar is not about astronomical accuracy as such. So what is the exact rule for calculating Pascha? We're going to start by clearing up some of the popular misconceptions concerning the calculation of Pascha. Now, the enemies of the Holy Orthodox faith, including the ecumenists, the syncretists, and the modernists, are using these very misconceptions to attack Orthodox holy tradition by suggesting that the Paschalion can be altered. In fact, Finland and Estonia, who we are in communion with, have already altered the Orthodox Paschalion and instead they're using the Papist date. This is tantamount to apostasia, or apostasy, from the faith, as we will see in later videos. Unfortunately, Orthodox Christians today, including our clergy, do not understand the ecclesiastical rule for how Pascha is actually calculated. Often we hear the following quote formula that Pascha is the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. But this is actually not how we calculate Pascha. Pascha is, of course, on a Sunday. However, we no longer rely on the astronomical full moon. Also, we no longer rely on the sun, or by extension, the date of the astronomical equinox. The calculation of Pascha has no dependencies on the astronomical sun, or the astronomical moon, or the astronomical spring equinox, all of these which are subject to variations and inaccuracies over time. The Orthodox Church was guided by the Holy Spirit to derive a method for computing Pascha which has absolutely no external dependencies on variable and imperfect astronomical phenomena. Pascha is defined as the first Sunday after the Paschal moon. The Paschal moon, therefore, always falls within these 7 days: Palm Sunday or the 6 days of Holy Week. These 7 days are the range within which the Paschal moon can occur. The Paschal moons are mathematically defined, not astronomically. They're mathematically defined as a table of 19 mathematical constants, that is, fixed dates on the Orthodox Roman calendar, also known as the Julian calendar. However, it is good for Orthodox Christians to refer to the church calendar as either the church calendar or the Orthodox Roman calendar. We refer to the table of the 19 Paschal moons as the 19-year Paschal moon cycle. All that is required to calculate Pascha is to take the year and divide it by 19, obtain the remainder, and use the 19-year Paschal moon table to find the date of the Paschal moon for that year. The Sunday immediately following this date is the great and holy Pascha of the Lord. So here are the 3 steps. Step 1, divide the year by 19 and take the remainder. We refer to this remainder as Vita. Step 2, use Vita to find the date of the Paschal moon using the 19-year Paschal moon cycle. Step 3, the Sunday immediately following the Paschal moon is Holy Pascha. Note again that the Paschal moon will always fall on either Palm Sunday or the 6 days of Holy Week. This slide has the table of the 19-year Paschal moon cycle. The blue values, which range from 0 through 18, are the Vita values. So step 1, you divide the year by 19 and you take the remainder. That remainder is your Vita. Step 2, you're going to use Vita to find the date of the Paschal moon. And step 3, the Sunday immediately following the Paschal moon is Holy Pascha. So for example, in the year 2024, the Vita was 10. Because when you divide 2024 by 19, you get a remainder of 10. And when you look up 10 on the Paschal moon cycle, you will see that the Paschal moon date is April 15th. On the Orthodox calendar, the Orthodox Roman calendar, or the Julian calendar, that day happened to be on a Sunday. So in 2024, the Paschal moon occurred on Palm Sunday, which was April 15th on the Orthodox Roman calendar, and the Sunday immediately following that is Holy Pascha. So April 15th was Palm Sunday, and the next Sunday is April 22. In the year 2024, Pascha was on April 22 on the Orthodox Roman calendar, or the Julian calendar. We're going to come back to this rule in later videos so we can actually practice calculating Pascha for various years.